Ciao everyone, I hope you're feeling good today. When you're ready to start our Slow Vinyasa, please find a comfortable sitting position, maybe using a block or a pillow underneath your seat. Try to sit with a sense of dignity, of respect toward yourself. The spine nice and long, your arms and your hands resting on your legs or on your lap. The chin parallel to the floor. If it helps you to go inward, then close your eyes. Otherwise, keep a soft gaze on the floor in front of you. Taking a moment to fully arrive on your yoga mat, with your body and with your mind. Knowing where you are in this specific moment. Aware of the space, the sounds, noises, maybe smells or scents in the air. And then fully landing on the inner landscape of your own body. Slowly building up a picture of how your body feels right now. Aware of physical sensations, emotions, maybe a particular mood. If it's okay for you, place one hand on the belly and the other one on your heart center. Resting your awareness on your breath now. Aware of this rising and falling sensation. As you breathe in, the belly and the chest expand. As you breathe out, they release. Allow your breath to be your anchor to the present moment. Whenever you notice that you got distracted, or if you notice that your mind is busy while you're practicing, then acknowledge those distractions of the mind and choose to come back to your own breath, following the inhalations and exhalations, rooting yourself in the present moment. Join your palms in Namaste in front of your heart center. Taking a moment to appreciate yourself, your body, your mind. Cultivating a sense of kindness toward yourself, as you were kind to your best friend. And perhaps you can use kindness, metta in Sanskrit, as your intention for the practice today. Cultivating kindness as you move in between the asanas, as you hold a certain posture. Respecting your body boundaries. Allowing spaciousness in your body and in your mind. So that gradually you can share and expand that sense of kindness to the outside, to the others. Ahimsa pratisyayam tatsamvida vairātyagam. Ahimsa pratisyayam tatsamvida vairātyagam. Ahimsa pratisyayam tatsamvida vairātyagam. Slowly bring your forehead to your fingertips, bowing in front of yourself as a gesture of respect. Then slowly lift yourself up, open your eyes if you haven't already. And if you're sitting on a block or a pillow, gently move it aside. We begin now to move. You can breathe in and breathe out through the nose. If you like, you can breathe out through the mouth to release a bit of the throat area. Or if you're used to the Ujjayi breath, breathing with sound, then you can use that type of breathing technique. Take a nice inhalation, extend your spine, rise your arms to the ceiling as you can, maybe looking up. And then as you exhale, twist toward your right side. I mirror you here. As you inhale, next time come back to the center, the arms reach up, any amount at all, maybe looking up. Exhaling, counter twisting on the other side. Let's do it one more time. Inhale, let's come back to the center, the rotating, the arms reaching up. Exhaling, rotating, twisting to the left, the hands toward the floor, the gaze back. Nice. Inhalation to come back to the center, the arms reach up. Exhaling, counter twisting toward your left. Inhale, come back to the center, the arms reach up. Side flexion, leave your right hand toward the floor and then move the upper arm toward the right side as well. Nice elongation on the left side of your torso. If the neck bothers you, simply look down. Careful here not to lift the knee and the buttocks up. Try to still be grounded from your sit bones, your knees on the floor. Bending the upper elbow. And then slowly inhale, press to rise back up like branches of the tree. And then release your left hand down on the floor, side flexion toward your left side. Initiating the movement from the hip area on your right side and then elongating the whole fascia, the whole right side of your torso. Take a nice inhalation to come back to the center, both arms reaching up. As you exhale, interlace your fingers and place them on the back of your head. Here, open with the elbows as you can, don't force anything, and careful to your lower back. Try to keep your psoas and core muscles engaged so that you don't go into a deep back bend here. Take a good inhalation to rise the chin up to the ceiling. Open a bit more with the shoulders area, the collarbones moving away from each other. And then as you exhale, we do the opposite movement. We take the elbows parallel to each other or even touching together. We start bringing the chin bone toward the chest, rounding the upper back, maybe even the middle back. And then once again, inhale, we come back to a neutral spine or a slight extension of the spine. Opening the elbows, the chin rise a bit over the ceiling. Exhale, we do the opposite, the elbows coming closer together, chin to the chest, rounding your spine. Inhale, come back to extension here, opening, rising up. Exhaling, closing. It's okay if the fingertips will move slightly toward the sides or the temples of your head. Let's do it one more time. Inhale, opening here, create space in the front of your body. Exhale, do the opposite, elongating at the back of your body. Inhale, come back to the center, the arms extend to the ceiling. Exhale, interlace your fingers, this time on your back. So release the arms down, fingertips interlace on your back. Inhale, extend your elbows as you can, like you are moving the shoulder blades closer together. And as you exhale, fold forward any amount at all. Keep your gaze down on the floor, the sit bone still on the floor. Now notice how it is with your shoulders mobility. Try to lift up your hands toward the ceiling as you keep folding forward. You are sort of creating two opposite directions, hands moving back and up, head moving forward and down. Inhale, rise all the way up, release your hands, place your hands toward the shoulders and make a couple of circles with your shoulders. Neutral spine, chin parallel to the floor. And then simply change the rotation, the direction of those circles. Then come back to the center, inhale, spread your arms out. And then we start rotating the shoulders. We are rotating the palms up and down. I'm doing cross laterally, but you can rotate at the same time both hands as you prefer. We come back to the center. We close and open our hands. Take a nice inhalation here. Nice exhalation through the mouth. One more inhale. Exhale. Bring your hands in front of you. Keep going in this way. Inhale. Exhale. One more inhale. Exhale. Nice inhalation. Inhale. Bring your arms all the way up. Exhale. Release all the way down. Rest your hands on your legs. Drop your chin toward your chest. Allow a bit of elongation just on the cervical spine here. Perhaps opening slightly the mouth and sliding the jawbone right and left. We are releasing a bit the jawbone line. I'll show you from the front. And then closing your mouth, we start making a couple of circles with the neck. Choose one direction, very slowly, very mindfully. We're looking more for quality, for range of motion rather than speed. Aware if there are any tensions on the face, maybe forehead, jawbone line, cheekbones. And then changing the direction of the circles. Allowing your shoulders to fall down, to be released. So notice if you have the opposite tendency to reach up with the shoulders toward the ears. And see if you can release your shoulders a bit more down. Coming back to the center, we start making circles now from the hips area. Might feel a bit awkward, we might feel a bit of stiffness or rigidity, that's fine. You can keep your circles very small or go for a wider circle using a bit more of the range of motion and integrating the circle with the torso as well. Just a gentle reminder for your shoulders, if you notice that they are lifting up to the ears, see if you can relax them down. The neck is in a neutral position, the gaze is relaxed. Changing the direction of your circles, aware of how the whole spine is doing and feeling right now. And then slowly coming back to the center. I turn so that you can see a bit better what I'm gonna do now. Seated cat-cow. As we inhale, it's like we are diving into water. So we move all the way forward, head, chest, lifting up. And then as we exhale, we do the opposite type of movement, spinal wave. We start rounding, lower back, middle back, upper back, chin toward the chest. And then we dive forward once again, like you are really going into a swimming pool. Moving forward, chin, shoulders, upper back, middle back, lower back. A back bend is happening in here. Moving all the way up like you are swimming up to the surface of the water. And then waving back from the lower back, middle back, upper back. Let's repeat in this way. Don't worry too much if it doesn't come naturally. Move as you can in this moment. Again, really slowing down and allowing the vertebrae, the disc of your spine to flow in between extension and flexion. When you go all the way back, allow a bit of core engagement, especially if you lift the knees or maybe even the feet up. If there is no lower back pain, when you dive forward, you can also integrate your arms as in Utkatasana, chair pose. Then next time you're diving forward, simply roll on your legs to keep going with those spinal waves, but from a tabletop position. So hands and knees and feet on the floor. As you inhale, sending the heart forward, chin straight or up. And exhaling, rounding the spine. So you're doing a cat-cow now with your spine arching into a cow position, rounding into a cat position. You can also decide to integrate a bit more of a spiral type of movement. So instead of just arching and rounding, you're also moving sideways, exploring the whole mobility in your spine and allowing your shoulders and the hips to respond to this movement. Allow also your cervical spine to use a bit more of its own range of motion, maybe looking sideways, looking up, looking back toward the back of your mat. Playing around here, slowing down if you feel dizzy. And then slowly coming back to a natural position. As you inhale, arch your spine for a cow pose. As you exhale, sit toward your heels into child pose. We move a bit with the breath. Inhale, moving up, cow pose. Tuck your toes. Exhale, extend your legs into downward facing dog. Inhale, your knees down on the floor, cow pose. Exhale and curl your toes and sit on the heels for child position. Inhale and move up to a cow position, tuck your toes on the mat. Exhale, extend your legs into downward facing dog. Last time, inhale, the knees down on the floor, arch your spine, cow pose. Exhale and curl the toes, sit toward the heels, child pose. Inhale, moving up, cow pose, tuck the toes on the floor. Exhale, downward facing dog. Stay here, pedal 1 foot at a time, bending 1 knee at a time. Aware of how the hamstrings, calf muscles, your ankles are doing. Maybe bending a bit more, 1 knee, see what it changes into the sides of your torso. As you slightly twist or rotate side to side. And then slowly walk your feet to the front of your mat. Full stop a few centimeters behind your hands. Bend the knees as you need or use the blocks or thick books under your hands. Stay here in Uttanasana, the gaze in between the legs. And then bend deeply your left knee. Inhale, right arm reach up toward the ceiling, twisting right. Stay here as you exhale. Inhale. Exhale, release, right hand down, extending both legs as you can. Other side, inhale, bend your right knee, left arm reaching toward the ceiling if you can, twisting in the direction. As you exhale, release everything down. Inhale, waving all the way up, unfold your spine one vertebra at a time, head coming as last. Nice semicircle with your arms toward the ceiling. Exhale, come to Samasthiti, hands together in Namaste in front of your heart center. For upper salute, inhale, your arms reach all the way up, maybe looking up, Urdhva. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana, gaze toward your legs. Inhale, halfway up, Ardha Uttanasana, extend your spine here, hands on your legs. Exhale, release the hands down and fold into Uttanasana. Bend your knees, inhale, rise all the way up, unfolding the spine, the arms reach up toward the ceiling, nice and slow. Exhale, come back to Samasthiti. One more time, inhale, the arms reach all the way up, Urdhva, neutral spine in here. Exhale, folding forward, Uttanasana, hands toward the floor, gaze in between your legs. Inhale, halfway up, Ardha Uttanasana, extend your spine and gaze down on the floor. Exhaling, release down and fold, Uttanasana, gaze toward your legs. Bend slightly your knees, inhale, rise up and fold the spine, arms toward the ceiling. Exhaling, Samasthiti. In here we start swinging the arms right and left. Careful if at home you have objects, obstacles around you. Allow your feet to be at least hips width apart. The torso to rotate right and left. The arms are empty, so you should hear your hands slapping the lower back and the upper shoulder. Keep your gaze down on the floor. Your knees are slightly bent. Maybe if you want to intensify the rotation, then lift up the opposite heel. Take a couple of conscious breaths as you flow in this way. And then start slowing down so the movement will stop by itself. Take a moment into stillness in Tadasana. Feet hips apart, neutral spine. Chin parallel to the chest, chin parallel to the floor. The arms relax toward the floor. Rooting yourself from the sole of your feet. A bit of engagement on the inside of your legs, innerly rotating your knees. Then start bending the knees any amount at all and start swinging your arms back and forward. Then deeply bend your knees, the arms reach all the way up. Utkatasana chair. Exhale, extend your legs. Interlace your fingers on the back of your head. Inhale, send your hips forward, chin up. Exhale, bend backward any amount at all. Inhale, rising all the way up. Exhale, close your elbows to each other, chin toward the chest, and start slowly folding all the way toward your knees, all the way down. Then slowly drop your hands down on the floor. Hook your thumbs together. Inhale, rise all the way up. The hands move up, maybe slightly backwards, sending the hips forward. Exhale, fold forward. Pass your hands over the head. Interlace your thumbs together, or maybe the fingertips. Gaze toward your legs. Inhale, your hands down on the floor. Step your left foot all the way to the back of your mat. Exhale, send the left knee down on the floor and uncurl your toes. Low lunge. Inhale, torso and arms up. Stay, or as you exhale, sink a bit more into your hips, opening the chest a bit more. Crescent lunge. Anjaneyasana. Inhale, rise up with the torso. Exhale, release your hands on the floor or blocks. Inhale, extend your front leg, flex your front foot. Exhale, fold into half split. Stay here, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one, inhale. Exhale. Inhale, rise up with head and torso, bend your right knee. Exhale, nice semicircle with your right hip. Tuck your toes on the floor. Inhale, rise up with your torso. As you exhale, your hands on your lower back, fingertips facing out. Inhale, send hips forward, open with your chest. As you exhale, chin up to the ceiling, variation of camel pose, Ustrasana. Inhale, your right hand toward your heart center. Exhale, the left hand toward the left heel, maybe touching, don't sit. Inhale, come back up to the center and change the position of your hands. Exhale, twist toward the right, releasing the right hand toward your right heel. Inhale, come back to the center, both hands on the heart. Exhale, round your upper back, release yourself into Balasana, Child Pose. Allow your knees to open a bit wider toward the sides of your mat, so that there is enough space for your belly and your chest to expand as you breathe in. Allow the shoulders to release a bit more toward the floor so that the gravity has more of them. Take a moment to reconnect with your own prana, your own breath. Extend your arms in front of you. Inhale, move up to a tabletop position. Exhale, tuck the toes and extend the legs, Adho Mukha, Svanasana, downward facing dog. Inhale, step or jump your feet to the front of your mat. Exhale, fold toward your legs. Hook your thumbs together, inhale, reach all the way up, send hips forward, send the hands back. Exhale, fold forward, pass your arms over your head once again, gaze toward your legs. Inhale, your hands down on the floor. Step your right foot back this time. Exhale, send the right knee down on the floor. Uncurl your right foot. Inhale, rise up, torso and arms to the ceiling. Stay, or as you exhale, sink into your hips. Open the chest, Anjaneyasana, crescent lunge. Inhale, rise up with your torso. Exhale, release your hands on the mat or on the blocks. Inhale, extend your front leg, flex your left ankle. Exhale, fold forward any amount, half split. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one, inhale. Exhale. Inhale, head and torso up, bend the front knee. Exhale, semi-circle with your left hip. Both knees down on the floor, sit on your heels. Place a blanket or a cushion in between your legs and sit bones if needed. If it's easy, take Virasana, hero pose, separate knees and feet and place your buttocks on the mat. If the buttocks won't reach the mat, don't hang in there. There is too much pressure on the knees. Therefore, use 1 or 2 blocks or a big cushion under your buttocks. Take your time to enter in this position, finding the alignment that suits you for your knees. Here we are stretching a lot the quads. If any of those variations doesn't suit you, please come to a regular sitting position. Inhale, the arms will reach up toward the ceiling. Exhale, we twist toward the left side, the hands are down on the floor. We stay here a couple of breaths. Inhale, lengthening through the spine. Exhaling, twisting a bit more, initiating the movement from the mid-spine to T12. The gaze is toward the back shoulder. The chin parallel to the floor. Inhale, come back to the center, the arms reach up. Exhale, counter twist the other side. Take a moment to acknowledge your twist. Are you rounding the spine? Are you sinking back? Are you forcing the twist, maybe pushing yourself a bit too much? Are you compensating the twist with your shoulders or hips? Inhale, come back to the center, both arms reach up. Exhale, release your left hand behind you. If you are in hero pose, inhale, rise up with your buttocks any amount at all for a small backbend variation of the wild thing. And then exhale, release your buttocks down on the floor. Inhale, your right hand behind you on your right and moving up with the buttocks any amount at all. Slowly as you exhale, spiral down, both buttocks on the floor, hands in front of you. Everybody, as you inhale, come to a nice tabletop position and extend the left leg back. Tuck the toes on the floor and gently swing back and forward. Inhale. Exhale. One more inhale. Exhale. Release left knee down on the floor. Inhale, right leg extended, tuck the toes. Exhale, start swinging. Push the floor away from you with your hands. Inhale, a long neck. Exhale. One more inhale. Exhale. Both knees down on the floor. Inhale here, tuck the toes. Exhale, extend legs, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, step or jump your feet to the front of your mat. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up, a nice circle with your arms. Exhale, Samasthiti. Bend your knees deeply. Inhale, Utkatasana. If there is a lower back pain, your hands on your wrist, on your waist. Otherwise, arms extended toward the ceiling. Take a nice inhalation here. Just look straight in front of you. And as you exhale, start squatting a bit more. Come in to sit. Find your own way. Perhaps you need your hands on the floor. Once you find yourself sitting, separate your feet hips apart. The knees are parallel to each other. Try to extend your spine, supporting a bit your posture with your core belt. And place your right hand behind you. Take a nice inhalation here. Extend the spine, the chin parallel to the floor. Left arm on both knees. Exhale, twisting to your right side. If you need, use a block or a book under your right hand. I have long arms, so I don't need it, but it might be beneficial for some of you to have the support under the supporting hand. Take a couple of breaths more into this twist. Aware of how you are supporting this position. Is your neck falling? Or is your neck engaged? Are you moving your knees or your hips, or are you really moving from the mid-spine for your twist. Take a good inhalation here. And as you exhale, come back to the center and change the position of your arms. The right arm, wrap the knees. The left hand is behind you, more or less on the same level of your left buttock. Inhale, extend your spine. Exhale, start rotating, really placing the awareness on the mid-spine. Then probably the upper back and the shoulder mobility will take over to increase the sense of rotation. But try to really move from the mid-spine. It's really subtle. We really need to use a bit of proprioception and how it feels inside us. Take a couple of breaths in here. And then slowly release, come back to the center. Place both hands behind you, fingertips facing your buttocks, just a few centimeters from your seat. Bend deeply your knees as you inhale, press with your feet and your hands, moving your hips up any amount at all. 2 centimeters or all the way up, same level of your knees and shoulders. Keep your chin to the chest or maybe chin up toward the ceiling, engaging a bit more the neck muscle. Take a nice inhalation here. Nice exhalation. Inhale, release the buttocks almost to the floor and turn your fingertips sideways, right and left. Now we start making circles with your hips so that also the ankles and the shoulders are making circles. Changing the direction now. And then slowly coming back to the floor. Cross your ankles or cross your legs to move all the way forward, hands in front of you, releasing your feet behind you. Come to a tabletop position, a good inhalation here. As you exhale, start bending the elbows. Release yourself through half chaturanga, belly, chest and forehead on the floor. Keep your hands under the shoulders, aware if the elbows are just falling to the sides, meaning that you are not engaging the shoulders. So if you like, wiggle your shoulders for a moment here. And then rotate your shoulders so that the shoulder blades are coming a bit closer together on your back. And then take your elbows parallel to each other, close to your chest. No need to tuck them in, just close them slightly. Your hands down on the floor, gripping your mat. The dorsal of the feet pressing down on the floor. Engage the legs so that the knees lift up. In a rotation of the knees and hips, pubic bone down on the floor. Inhale, rise up with your chest and your head for a low or high cobra. Exhale, release down. Mindful of the shoulders. Inhale, rise up once again. Are the shoulders moving up to the ears? Do the opposite. Exhaling, moving down. One more time. Inhale, waving up. Exhaling, releasing down. Release your arms along your body and allow your hips to swing right and left. Then place once again your hands under your shoulders, tuck your toes, press with your arms to come all the way up. And then release back into a high child position. Then slowly come up, release your buttocks down on the floor and swing your feet to the front of your mat. We come all the way down on the floor. You can keep it active with your hands in front of you and then rolling down, engaging the core muscles. But if this is too much on your lower back, then from sitting position, curl on one side and then release yourself down on the mat. Take your feet a bit closer to the buttocks and keep your knees parallel to each other. If you feel like there is no engagement on the inside of your legs, take a block or a book in between your knees or thighs and squeeze it so that you know that the legs are engaged and that the knees are not falling outside. Hands next to your buttocks. Inhale, press through your feet to rise up with the buttocks, unfolding your spine to come up into Setu Bandhasana, bridge pose. Allow the arms to swing over the head as well if there is no lower back pain. And then as you exhale, start rotating your shoulders so that the arms are coming down on the mat and the whole spine is unfolding down on the mat as well. When the buttocks reach the floor, allow yourself a moment here and then inhaling, moving up once again to bridge pose, maybe extending the arms over the head as well. Keep going in this way, following your own breath pace. Keep your knees parallel to each other so that you save your lower back. Let's do it one more time. Next time your buttocks are down on the floor, hug your knees to your chest with your arms, making small gentle rolls on the mat, massaging your own lower back and your glutes on the mat. We come up to sit, if you like, hands under the knees, rocking back and forward using a bit of core. Otherwise, again, curl on one side, help yourself with one hand and then come up to sit. For Janu Shirshasana, bend your right knee to your chest first and then release the right knee to the floor on the right side, opening the hip to the right. If you need support for your right knee, block or book or cushion under your right knee. Allow your left leg to be active. Flex the left ankle if possible and inner rotate your left leg. Inhale, extend your spine here. Exhale, fold forward any amount at all. If needed, bend your left knee here. Release your neck, release your gaze down on the floor. If you want to keep it active, you can also catch the outside of your left ankle or left feet, opening the elbows to the sides, careful not to create tensions in the shoulders. Take a couple of breaths in here. Inhale, moving up with your head and torso. Your right hand behind you on the floor, fingertips facing the back of your mat. Move your foot to the front of your mat, hips moving up. Press with the arm, moving all the way up into a back bend here. Maybe lifting the left arm over the head, looking toward your left hand. Slowly as you exhale, spiral all the way down. Take your right knee with you, twisting gently to your right for a moment. Into Marichasana. Slowly as you exhale, come back to the center and counter twist to your left, both hands on the floor, maybe even folding toward the floor. Slowly pressing up and extending both legs in front of you. For the other side, bend your left knee to your chest first and then open the left hip so the left knee will fall on the mat or on the support. In a rotation of your right leg, flex your foot. Notice that the hips will tell you to fold a bit to the left, so if possible, rotate a bit through the spine and then as you exhale, fold a bit more toward your right leg into Janu Shirshasana. A few breaths in here. And then as you inhale, rise up head and chest, preparing for the back bend. Left hand behind you, right foot moving to the floor, lifting with the hips up, maybe right arm over your head. As you exhale, spiral all the way down. Left knee up, twisting just one breath to your left side into Marichasana. And then exhaling, unfolding and counter twisting right, maybe folding a bit more toward the floor. Rising all the way up and opening your legs on a V shape for Upavista Konasana. Maybe flexing the feet if needed. Use a pillow or a bolster under your buttocks as a major support. Inhale here. Exhale, fold forward any amount, the hands or the forearms down on the floor. Inhale, move your hands toward your right leg. Exhale, fold in here. Maybe the hands will frame your right leg, or they will be both on the inside of that leg. Slowly release and come back to the center, moving all the way toward your left leg. If needed, allow your right hip to rotate inward so that it follows the direction. And then slowly releasing, coming back to the center and folding here for just a couple of breaths. Slowly as you inhale, moving up, close your legs together, give a nice shake here. And then slowly release yourself down on the floor, again maybe using your core in here or curling on one side and then release yourself on the mat. Extend your legs toward the ceiling, point your elbows down on the floor and allow your hands to go upward toward the ceiling as well. Then start shaking the legs and the hands, your chin to the chest. Allow yourself 3 nice breaths in here, exhaling through the mouth. Shaking to release the muscles, the fascias, the nervous system. Start slowing down the shaking, coming back to your regular breath. Hug your knees toward your chest. For a supine twist, hop your hips to the right, release knees to the left. Open the right arm to the right and twist toward the direction. Stay a few breaths in here. If the knees don't touch, don't worry, you can use one hand on top of both or place a block in between them. Slowly coming back to the center. Hop your hips to the left. Release the knees to your right as you twist on the other side. Mindful of any difference in between these two sides of your body, respecting that difference without pushing one side a bit more just to be the same as the other. Slowly coming back to the center. For happy baby, Ananda Balasana, take your knees toward the outside of your chest. Flex your feet facing the ceiling. Catch the outside of your legs or the outside of your feet. Careful here, chin to the chest. The spine is on the floor. Keep your feet and knees separated, maybe rocking gently side to side. Then slowly coming back to the center, release your feet down on the floor, the knees are bent. Open left knee to the left, extend the left leg. Open right knee to the right, extend right leg. Extend both arms over the head if possible, at any amount at all. Mindful if there is any shoulder complaint or frozen shoulder situation. Move your hands and your feet to the left without moving the rest of the body for a side flexion. You acquire the shape of a quarter of a moon or of a banana. Elongating the whole right side of your body. The chin relax toward the bottom arm, maybe closing the eyes for a moment. Then slowly coming back to the center, going on the other side. Moving feet and hands to your right, side flexion toward that side. Then slowly coming back to the center, bending both knees, curling toward your left side. Staying there for a moment in a side child pose, making yourself small again. Allowing the whole body to fully release on the floor. Allowing the earth to support you here. Taking a moment to say thank you to your body for the work that you just did. Then slowly press up with the hand to come up to sit. Finding a comfortable sitting position, maybe again using a block or a pillow underneath your seat. Closing the eyes or keeping a soft gaze on the floor in front of you. Aware of the space around you. Knowing where you are in this specific moment. Then taking both hands on your heart center. Welcoming a sense of warmth and kindness toward yourself. Perhaps expanding this feeling of kindness to someone you love, that you care for. Expanding even further to friends, colleagues, neighbors. And if there is the capacity, expand this sense of warmth and kindness even further to the inhabitants of the city where you live in, the people of the country where you live in, the people on the continent where you live in. All people living everywhere. All sentient beings sharing this beautiful planet with us. Travel with your sense of kindness as far as you can. From your heart center, spreading all over the earth. Giving and receiving. If you like, join me for the mantra Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. 3 times Om, 3 times Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu, 3 times Shanti. Inhale. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Om Shanti. Shanti, Shanti. May all beings be happy and free. May my thoughts, words and actions contribute somehow to this happiness and freedom for all. Peace. Thank you for practicing together. Namaste. I hope you enjoy this class together. As usual, do let me know in the comment section if there are any questions, doubts or feedback. As usual, take care of yourself and you'll see me next time. Ciao, ciao.